I'm going to talk to these pictures I've taken while I disassembled a Honda transmission from a HRU216 mower. This is the self-propelled unit. I took some photos just before I dismantled. I've given this a fair bit of a clean up while brushing the grass and rubbish off it. And then I took the 5 screws out and separated the unit. These photos show the clutch, fork, and it's a 4-position dog clutch there with little ramps on it. This is the 3-speed gearbox component, and the sticky oil that was in the unit. This unit didn't show any signs of oil leaks. So the cogs are all in good condition. They all came off. I've laid them out there, worked out how the selector, that's the gear shift. Okay, this is the first indication of a problem with this gearbox. You can see that selector arm down this side here is sticking out further than it is in that side. In fact, it's ridden up on the lip. There's a groove here where it should run, and that one there is running in it. This one's not, it's sitting up on the edge, and hence this gear selector here is jammed. I'm thinking that all that needs at this point of time is a tap back down into that groove. Now I probably can't do that while I'm holding the camera, but I was thinking of just hitting on there and see whether it goes back. I'll do that briefly. No, that didn't relocate that pin in that groove. The whole carrier moved down when I gave it a hit then. I might need to be a bit tougher on it. I'll stop and have a bit more of a play. This is the detent bolt spring and ball. So I removed the detent balls which fit in the end here. The detents are there, and the spring and bolts come through to there on the outside. And I'm not so sure about that pin riding not in that groove. It is now, but I gave it a fair old thump down, and now that's moving smoothly, whereas it seemed to be stuck. But I'm not too sure whether it was the detents as well making it feel like it didn't want to move. So that's moving smoothly now. Now what seems to have happened is the case that should... I'm sitting this out of the vise here, so the vise isn't stopping. I'm sure this axle turned in the case earlier, and now it's not. So I need to examine deeper in there, and I can't get this piece off without maybe removing that pin. Not sure whether that pin is designed to come out. I'm going to go and look at a parts diagram to see that it's not a standard part of the axle, because it could be the only fixed part of the axle. But otherwise it would have to come out. I think I can see a large circlip down in the bottom there. I can't, that's perhaps one of the rings. I can't point one of the rings on the large circlip. I'm talking a 30mm diameter circlip that may be at the bottom there. And I think the only way to get to that is to remove all of this gear in the middle here, which starts with that pin, but I'll go and check that out. No, that pin did not have to come out. What had to happen was the axle needed to be polished on the other side of the casing, and then the whole casing slides off in the other direction. I've taken that casing off here and then slid those bosses back onto the axle and set them up to see how they operated there. There was no circlip in the bottom there, it was just a large washer. That's the fork taken out now. You have to remove the side cover, and then I played around with those selector pins and springs behind them and saw how that mechanism worked. And this is the shifter fork sitting there. I think it had a slight bend in it. On that ruler there it's 53 millimeters. I gave that selector fork a squeeze, reducing it from 53 millimeters in the previous photo down to 51. I've then had a look at another gearbox. This is the photo of it as delivered to me for me to look at, and went looking for a similar fault and found pretty much the same thing. The clutch itself seems fine, very little wear noticeable on that dog clutch. That's an exploded view that I found on the web. A genuine one of these box replacements is $360, or a non-genuine one's available for $198. So I don't know whether they're worth fixing anyway, but I'm open to suggestions as to what people think about these gearboxes. Let me know.